Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
By Lehens and Gio got to the lane first, and Lehens, he uses his pots, and he does hit full health once again. Basically, they're looking for a dive, actually, to flash on in. There's no cleanse, and they might just get this kill. There it is, first blood. It does go over to the support, but they deny a massive wave in the bottom side.
Obviously. Oh, they are still lucky. This is dangerous.
Yeah, about the right call. They're still going in. A lot of damage. The root comes in. They're threatening it. They're trying to push the Pantheon off of this one. Calyx is coming in, and now the Spirit Rush used. They want a pick on someone. That is a Xin Zhao. It's only level 5. The taunt follow-up is huge, but now we got Vikla with a 3-man knockup. Isn't enough damage. They're going to get one. The flash on in for Calyx blocks the W. That was insane. And now the follow-up comes in. Vikla super low. He's running away from a Kalista. That's never going to work. He goes down, and Kellen is the only one left. Gnomesim, a big fight. Yeah, absolutely. Spent a lot of time up there. Now, they are going to get onto these grubs. We do see that Gideon is nowhere near this. Meanwhile, Diablo is getting dove, and this is where Gideon was. He wanted to go for the dive onto the solo Kaisa. So you identified Diablo's the issue.
He is the first person in the game to have completed first item, and it's his Sundered Sky. If you look at the meta in the jungle at the moment, so many champions are actually utilizing this and just the power it gives in skirmishes, because not only do you get extra beard damage, but you can proc it repeatedly and fight for that healing.
Flash comes in, the charm as well, and Viklas is dead! It's enough damage, and Vikla had no chance. He didn't even have flash.
Out before he can dash, obviously doesn't have the flash himself. There's great setup there, and Kingen is getting plates again. On this
so
Jace.
Maybe looking to trade turrets at this point, but the Jace is just enjoying so much free gold.
They might push back in here, though.
Yeah, Lehens comes on over, just trying to survive, I guess. Not really sure. Very early, very broken up here from Gnomesim. It's just 2 free kills given over to Diablo.
Yeah, and then a TP comes in top to defend the tower as well.
What was that?
A 2,000 gold lead. It's still comebackable from this point. I think it's a thing to say for BNK Fearx, but the game is in a volatile spot. And as the map starts to open up, as we see towers taken, this tower's obviously going to go down. That top tower, only 1 plate left on it for BNK Fearx, means the more open the map is, the more value the Shen ult has, the more value the Pantheon ult has.
They even deny CS on this turret. I mean, Gnomesim, they made a big play on the bottom side. It was just not answered at all. We saw that Raptor was top lane, wasn't able to gank Gideon, who had flash and is still ahead. He eventually came down bot, but the turret's already gone. So this feels like Gnomesim were ahead of the play, and there wasn't really a reaction here from BNK. And now we got a Shen on top of the Submarine Ahri, as Vikla not going to respect the brush. They might be able to trade a kill back on the Lehens. Maybe give this one over to Raptor, or even just Diablo again. No, they're not going to waste Diablo's time. He's got farming to do, and they'll just give that kill over to Raptor. So a little bit of a consolation prize.
Yeah.
Vikla, though, does go down for the 3rd time.
I think you're kind of okay with that if you're BNK Fearx. If you're trading 1-for-1 and Lehens is using his ultimate, that's kind of okay. I do like when teams use those ultimates more proactively rather than just defensively.
Yeah.
When you're playing the Shen, but unfortunately didn't have the exit plan needed to get away from that one.
The grub power getting to work. BNK finally going to pick up their first turret.
Picking up the flower, though.
Yeah, misplay.
Yeah, a little bit of lost value there.
Yeah, we do have the feats of strength given over to Gnomesim, by the way. They got the feats of warfare, and then they got that first turret down in bot.
A lot more value now.
Jonah Strong?
Chovy.
That makes sense. He Chovies them all the time.
And you know what? They're not even fighting the dragon, so what does it matter?
Yeah. He'd have his ult back already. Rumble's OP. Well, he's just going to start up the Rift Herald here. There are about 3 wards that are all seeing this at the same time.
Yes, I think they're somewhat aware.
They know this is happening. They're just going to ult in, and they're going to try to turn on a Calyx, who is running away, but instead it's just Diablo left in a really rough spot, and the objective does go over. Now they're going to sweep on a Calyx, looking to get this kill, and they might just be able to. Charm comes in. BNK, eventually, they get the shutdown. That's a lot of gold over to Vikla, who does pick up the kill.
Yeah, a lot of gold going in.
And people are backing.
They will be able to take this mid-tier 1. Not much can be done. Can BNK Fearx find a fight afterwards, though? That is the question. They look to be...
Lehens? Okay.
That is a very Lehens move.
All plans. He might actually get chased down here. You can see that they are looking to poke him down. Lehens barely surviving after whatever that was.
Yeah, no. And if you force BNK Fearex to walk in, then potentially you can get an Atakan off of one fight.
Yeah, you do see Nongshim trying to get some deep vision here, and Raptor is essentially just saying no. Now he's going to go in. He's taking a ton of damage, and now the follow-up comes in. Finally, he gets his ult off, though, at the very last moment. Raptor also gets the kill. He's kind of not a person at this moment. He's so low, so it's not like they can turn this into an objective, but still a one fight for BNK. Nongshim immediately going to start this up. They still have the Shen ult.
Yeah, so Lehens, he's only 15 seconds away. He'll definitely be here in time for this fight. They're going to start on this dragon. It's just gone. It's already gone. A great read from Nongshim to have the confidence to go for that. And poking.
Look at King, and he's going pretty deep behind them, but now gonna get the flash out of Calyx. Vikla holding onto his ult smartly. And now Lehen's taking a ton of damage. He just got here. He just ulted in, and now he's dead. Again, a very broken up play, I think, from Nongshim. They're not really all on the same page.
Yeah, that first death, not a big issue, right? Lehen's can ult back. The second one, a lot more of an issue. This Atakan gonna get secured.
Yeah, I mean, Gideon's not here. Now he's going to ult in, and maybe they win the fight, but no, Raptor stays alive once again. And a kill did go over to Diablo as well. They don't have their Kalista. Calyx still pretty scary, as is Gideon, though. Big equalizer onto that Pantheon, and now clear. Looking to clean up this fight. It might just be able to do so. Still on the chase, but they say, hey, we got the objective. We got a couple of kills as well. Let's just back away and take our wins.
Ooh, man, Kellen.
Yeah, still playing with their food here, and I think Nongshim are going to pay for it. Not sure about this one. Trying to stop the backs. They get punished. Just another kill on the board.
It's one of these. It's a good signal to start this. At minimum, you force the TP from Kingen.
Yeah, that's what you should be looking for. Another control ward in the pit, going to be cleared out. Kellen on the left side, ready for his engage. His ult just comes up right now. Charm, though, onto Raptor, and now their jungler's taken away. They have to go for the fight to BNK. It's not getting low enough, and that's a couple of kills, and they don't even need the smite. As flashes come in, barely clipping Kingen with that ultimate, but Diablo, ooh, just barely saved by Kellen. And that should be enough. Jiu also being hounded down here. Should eventually just burn. There it is. Nearly takes out clear. Kind of a close fight, all things considered, but still BNK come out ahead big time.
Little scrappy, that Rumble-Jace matchup, how it's a bit more of a contentious one, and you have to have confidence in your top laner to like give over the Jace and take the Rumble.
Yeah.
Confidence has been so well placed for Clear. Even though Kingen does have a goal lead, has been getting a lot of value in the side lane, Clear has been a monster in these team fights.
Yeah, he's been huge. I mean, his Rumble is pretty much the first champion that I really enjoyed from this player when he first came in LCK, and he had a bit of a slump, but he's back. It really does feel like his Rumble deserves the respect that he's getting. As now Fate's call. Well, by the way, Lehens was the one waiting on the bush, waiting for the play. And now he's the one that has to be saved once again. Diablo in a bit of trouble, but he's got cleanse, and he does get away. Kellen getting low as well. A ton of damage coming out from Kingen, but again, they're just not finishing off the targets, and Diablo's just able to go ham in this fight. Has a triple kill. Could look for the Penta, but it doesn't look like Nongshim want to give that over. At
this point, they have to commit so much, and sure, they get Diablo's summoners, but they're not in a position to capitalize on that. The game is looking to be ended right now with that Baron push coming in. It's Calyx and Jiwoo to try and save it. But it might be a tall task.
It is crazy that Nongshim, they were holding on to the lead for so long, and now it just looks like BNK were winning the whole time in this game. Jiu in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down, nuked by Diablo, who's got 10 kills in this game. And, I mean, there's nothing much that Calyx can do alone.
Just used Equalizer. He has it again.
Yeah, that's Rumble. He's level 17 now. And Lehens trying to buy some time. You see Calyx is just backing up on the top side. The game is over, guys, as just a couple of extra kills are given over. There's the Nexus. BNK take the first game.
And I genuinely think Nongshim, if Calyx dives in and he trades 1-for-1 with Diablo, he wins, right? If you trade 1-for-1, you're left with just a Tristana.
Maybe he can do something.
Oh, I love this. I love this so much. Ari already been.
I mean, the draft we weren't sure about. But if you're going to play like this, you're feeling pretty good. Let's see how it goes to go in onto Jiu. There's the Q, and he just accepts fate. He says, no, I'm dead. And that is the kill over to Diablo at 2 minutes in.
You know, a lot of drafts can be resolved by just getting enough of a lead.
We'll see how the smite fight does go. Oh, it goes to Gideon, and now Raptor super low. Pass to just Q and flat.
Why is King in there?
King in through the turret, takes down Raptor. And, yeah, he was just proxying. right in the right position.
Yeah, so sometimes you might see, like, you know, let's talk about priority and how important it is. This is a great example of why.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get a Cocoon in on the Diablo. Do they have the damage? Well, they're going to trade kills for now, but the kill does go over to Kellen. And, ooh, even the knockback as well. Lahens. Million doesn't do much.
What's the funniest thing about this? In so many situations, we saw this last game, right? The early dive.
Good point, even though it didn't pan out that way this time.
I was just wrong. Don't try and defend me, Brendan.
Just absolutely wrong. Diablo now in a really rough spot, has to flash away, but the follow flash here from Gideon is good, and that is a free kill over to the Elise. Lahens now 2-0 down on the bottom side.
Yeah, not sure about that one from Diablo. Maybe a little bit overconfident. Maybe hoping that his Kellen was level 6. Maybe like he was just hoping that out of nowhere he'd be able to ult him. Maybe he had Mikhail's already. Seemingly not the case.
So Vikla gonna get hit by the ult somehow, just running in a straight line, and that is going to be Calyx setting up the kill for Lahens, again, who has 3 kills.
What is happening this game? Like how? It's just I'm left a little perplexed. We just need more context. Additional context is needed.
So Nomshim from this lead with this draft, surely they...
Well, it'll just be called dance because he won't be dying.
Yeah. Also, when Sejuani... Yeah, that's it. They're not going to do damage to Sejuani. Raptor, once again, just kind of... This game is weird, man. I don't know what's going on. And now they're just going to turn on to Vikla.
Guys, how does he not have his rocket jump again?
Didn't see it coming this time. And now Diablo, no dash. He's just dead. And they're going to give that kill over to Calyx. Just going for a little walk in the bottom river, it seems.
How is he dying as a Tristana?
You know, I wish I had the answers, but I don't. I don't, Ox.
Just jump away.
See, the Drake is this time. Chemtech does come up, so it's not Chemtech Soul. Perhaps a Cloud? No, just Ocean.
Never has rocket jump.
He's fine.
He's okay.
He's out.
He's going to repel out.
So, you know, Vikla was struggling in game 1. He fell down pretty low, and he looked quite tilted on the camera. I do wonder if he's just kind of a bit out. Raptor and Clear are bot, but nobody else is here. And we do have TP available from King, and will they utilize it is the question. Ult flash this time by Vikla, and they might just have the damage. There's the smash from Clear.
Oh, they're being collapsed on, though. Clear is dead.
Yeah, they're just going to give over their Scion. And now they're trying to turn it, actually. Gio and Lahens in a really rough spot, and Gio's just free! This looks a lot like game number 1, actually. The flash engage from Raptor as well. Ult comes out, but it's Melio. And now Clear, he's still alive somehow. On the back line, the follow-up comes in, and Aatrox is left alone. Nobody's even helping him. Tries to dash away, and it's a shutdown to the struggling Tristana, who hops over the wall. Vikla able to get another kill, and ends up with 3 kills in the fight.
Unprecedented levels of throwing from Nongshim this series. AP damage and being KFirax. You know which other team has lack of AP damage? Nongshim. And they're playing in a Sion Maokai.
Yeah, Sion Maokai that are just building armor. And, you know, a support Lahen's not going to be able to do too much. Diablo does get chunked, though. And trying to take down Gideon here. It's a lot of health on that Sejuani, but they get that first kill. Calyx is also low. And now Claire just trying to back away from this one. Calyx goes in once again, but that is a Sion who does not take damage from Yone and MF.
Yeah, and with jungler dead, are you really going to risk going for this? They are.
I guess so.
This is a dangerous game to play. King and Lahens set a trap. Vikla.
Oh, good read, and now Lahens is just dead. It's just another kill. Raptor, though, is going to go down, and now the turn comes in. Melio, Kellen is out, Diablo's down. And somehow Nomshim able to turn this one, but that is going to be a kill on the Yone. It's getting real messy. King in, really the one guy who can do a lot to you as well. And that is 3 kills over, 2 to you, and 1 over to King in. And they get aced.
They regain the composure, they get the Ocean Soul. It's a big win for the side of Nongshim. They can probably just pick up the Arakan as well. Also, because Calyx starts up the Dragon, he gets to stack up his Q. So when he engages out of this, he has his Q ready to go. At the end of this, the Ocean Soul and the Arakan stat boost, pretty big. 28 flowers for Nongshim. They found Haven.
Looking for a pick here. It's only Vikla on the damage, and he's in melee range of an Aatrox.
Does he take damage? I believe not.
Yeah, he does not. King in his full health. TPs are coming in. Kellen is kind of awkwardly in the pit. He's got a little bit of help from his team, but they're not really escorting him out, so he's just going to die. Clear as well on the left side, being isolated, and he is just left to die. Vikla trying to get out of this one, but he doesn't have his flash, and Kalish is able to flash over and get the kill. So now it's B&K's turn to kind of get in wonky spots, and Nongshim are able to capitalize on that.
Kingen just aura farming with his skin, I guess. Yeah, I think the problem is here, they already struggled to cut through Kingen, but now he has Ocean Soul. I just don't think they have the damage yet. They need, like, not only healing reduction, but also armor pen on these carries. And right now, Baron looking to be picked up by Nongshim with the Ocean Soul as well. I mean, they're just full HP. They don't take any damage from it.
Yeah. Raptor was like, maybe they let me in here for free?
I think the problem there as well, the fight was very scattered, and your comp only works if you have focused fire from both AD carries. So maybe the game not thrown away this time by Nongshim.
Yeah.
Worrying that it was even close, but they seem to have regained a good amount of control. They're pushing up to third tower. Any poke that lands on G was kind of irrelevant with Bloodthirst to Ocean Soul.
Yeah, he doesn't really take damage either, and unless they're able to get a full engage onto him with engaged Maokai. Vikla nearly dies, just existing against level 16 Calyx.
There's such a huge XP lead as well. You know, Baron plus the Atakan is really, you know, Calyx is 2 levels up, Jiwoo's 2 levels up. Everyone has at least 1 level lead.
Nongshim still over 2 minutes on this one. They're going to try to engage with the Scion. They don't really hit anything. Some roots come down on the front line, though, and maybe they have the damage, but the bullet time is gigantic. Vikla not really able to input his damage, but Kingen too close to the sun himself. But now Nongshim do fight back. Kalik gets back over, and that is the Otacon striking as well on top of them. And it looks like Nongshim might have broken the back of B&K here.
Yeah, I think the problem is Vikla and Diablo, like, sure, Claire takes a long time to go down and isn't really taking damage, but Vikla and Diablo are just getting chunked out by incidental damage, not even necessarily focused on them. And as soon as they get low, they can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, you see Claire, he's trying to stand in front and help wave clear, but he's just a Scion. Like, he's not going to die, but he's not going to do much else in this point of the game. And might even just die to Yone, who is way out of control. Vikla just dying on the top side as well. So Nongshim take down game number 2 and tie up the series.
Good way for Nongshim to bring it back. You win the fight before you even fight.
Yeah.
Whereas on the other side, B&K Firex's team fight is terrifying. I really think B&K Firex have the
I think Raptor, no, he saw that, but I don't think it matters. Just got to hit the hook, just going to go for the Lulu as Raptor is here, but Lulu has flash and the damage is enough. In comes the Rise, and even Raptor has to flash away.
Like, that's just mega lane bot, but Jiwoo's just free farming.
Well, the rotation is coming over. They have Annie and Nocturne, and that can work against a Poppy who just doesn't have his flash. So Gideon goes down. That's a nice little capitalization.
And they also have that dragon as well.
Yeah. So Raptor really desperately wants the grub, or the Scuttle Crab. He will get it, but he also will give a kill over to the Xayah. So absolutely in lane, like what I was talking about earlier.
Some great advice.
Yeah. Vikla, he does have his ult and flash, but now he's going to get hooked here. He has to follow up from the Nocturne, and we did not see Tibbers come out, so he just dies with flash and ult available. The follow-up does come in from B&K. Raptor is not going to be ulted. He has to flash out as his team was ulted away. And at least the TP came down, I guess, but Clear also used his. Realm Warp comes in. Raptor still in a weird spot, going to try to get the fear down. And, ooh, very close on that hook.
And Vikla just kind of not doing anything at all. Doesn't press any of his buttons, doesn't flash. I'm pretty sure he had vision of Kingen as well. Some really poor play there that led to B&K Firex not being able to fight.
TP coming in, they want to make this play. Kellen is out of the fight already. In they go! On to Diablo, who gets locked into the wall. And now we got Paranoia, but Vikla's all alone. The hook comes in on a Raptor, who just decides to go in instead. He does get a kill, but it's still a big win here for Nongshim. They lost their turret, and they're going to lose top turret as well, though. Maybe they can trade mid-tier 1 for this.
Such a weird play. Honestly, I think Diablo would have been better off just eating the ult from the Poppy. You know, he tried to dodge it, and I'm like, that's just your exit plan in this situation. Stick close to your Lulu. and then you either stay in the fight together, you leave the fight together. Ends up in a situation where Diablo is just caught in no man's land, and
see who's going to carry better. Vikla kind of in an awkward spot. He does not have he does have a little bit of the turret, but it's so low that Kingen just slaps it, and then he slaps Vikla down.
Yeah.
No TP on Kingen though, so perhaps banking on that. They'll take the easy objective and maybe just clear out vision around this harder objective. But kind of in the pretty huge. Also, Giu is now 2 full levels ahead of Diablo. And now he got ults coming out here, but that time it's going to be shielded. So Gideon doesn't get the value out of that. Now the turn comes in from B&K. The combo with the Nocturne and the Lulu is gigantic, and the chase is big. Calyx, though, just running away. Finally, they take him down, but clear. Oh, he does tank up a bit, but he will get the kill and get out. And now maybe it's Otacon. Gnomeshim thinking about recontesting this one.
Kingen is healthy with ult. They really need to respect him.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do. You see Kingen gun around the bottom side looking for the Lulu, but the flash on in from Vikla just going to peel, but Raptor, he gets hooked, and he's maybe going to die, but they already got the Jinx. And B&K, they commit to the Otacon, and they throw on it a story as old as time on today's League of Legends. Vikla, he's not in a great spot either. It looks like Gideon and Lehens are in the chase, and they do get the hook. Not a difficult one, but actually a kill is given back. Still a massive win for Nongshim here.
And we're already talking about the XP leads that Nongshim had. 3 full levels above of Diablo here. So all that solo farming in the top lane combined with Otacon.
And they're still attacking. Whoa. Kellen is engaged Luluing. Lehens hooked his own rise. What is happening? He just gives a free kill over to Diablo. I mean, a hook wasn't going to save him anyway, but like...
Things are getting a little wacky, Brendan.
It's just all over the place.
Things are getting a little crazy. Well, now it's still 3 full levels. They will get this tower.
I mean, they're just... They were behind. How are they winning fights? Gnomeshim struggling in the mid-game somehow, but they are going to take down the Nocturne. The turret does go the way, but now the engage comes in from Kingen, and nobody can stop him. Bit of damage does come out, but look at the low health on Giu as well, as at least they take out Giu, but still it's a full ace to Gnomeshim.
I just think B&K FairX have a composition where the later it goes, the more confidence I have in them.
This is a crazy game. Anything could happen. If Gnomeshim win, that makes sense, but also if B&K win, I wouldn't even be weird about it. If you got an ult from Lulu on the clear, he just dies. He's just going to engage Gwen. He just dies. And now the follow-up comes in. Diablo does not get the reset himself, and now he's just free food for the Xayah and for Kingen. And Kellen, not much he can do alone. It's another free ace here for Nongshim.
What is the thought process? They're just throwing themselves at Nongshim, just again and again. They just keep launching themselves at them. They're like, let's engage Lulu. I don't understand. Nongshim will obviously pick up the pieces and clear out this game. It has been a strange series. It has been a very odd series. They're going to realm up the minions in. They're going to end this right now. They've seen enough.
Yeah, and I think we have as well. We do have 3 seconds on the Gwen, but I don't think that's enough. With 4 people here, I think they can just auto the Nexus. Is cleared, trying desperately, but Featherstorm comes out. A couple autos will do it, and Gnomeshim take the 2-1 in the...
Just get completely grounded. Well, not actually grounded, because that's a different effect. They get shut down by the silence is what I'm trying to say. And the team fight power that this team...
You can kind of take good trades if you're good with your spacing, but oftentimes when it feels like, you know, I think she was just a better top laner at this moment in time, the Nars can kind of just get abused in some of these lanes like this. At level 1, his ability to lifesteal isn't huge, but at least it keeps him relatively happy. We do have a Pantheon coming in, and Barrel's just dead, so all this talk about Barrel's fiddlesticks and their winning lane state and stuff like that. Sponge just hit 6 first.
Not many champions can walk up to you now, Rich.
Shoot, about to get his ult, and the ult just misses, so... I mean, they can still go for it with Permafrost, and Rich, he's going to bounce straight into a Sejuani, and you see his reaction. He is not happy. The timing, we're diving top, and we're diving bot. Rich in a lot of trouble. I think he's just dead, but the top lane, he's able to trade back, actually, on a barrel. But Giu, he is tanking it up, but actually LazyFeel sticking around for the kill, and he gets taken down. Meanwhile, this time, I don't know if he can outplay this one. He is going to dash, but yeah, one more auto with the soldier gets it done. All right, well, Xiu, he's been through this before, right? We do have an ult, and it's when he's in the mist. Now we have Pantheon showing up, but a little bit late to the party. I think it's still okay. No mist. Sponge gets he was intending on going over the wall. He's kind of going to dodge the ult.
Thank you, Brendan.
Yeah, no problem. Just clearing that up for you.
I mean, this is pretty good for DRX, all things considered. They lost the Herald anyway. That I don't think you get away. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So
control a banana brush, which is going to make this much better. The fear comes in, and that's a very interesting Nico ult. He has to flash away just to survive, I guess, using that ult. But now it's just a flip, and it does go to Sponge as now Barrel goes over the wall. A lot of low health.
I think that'd be copyrighted by the BGs.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're diving Xiu again, and yeah, I think he's just dead. Even Gwen can sustain against that, but now they're just going to start Otacon. First smite already used by Lucid. They want to just get this one down as soon as possible.
I think they should have it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pings to fight here. Like maybe Ondel just jumps in, but he's alone.
No.
So just give it away. So yes, they kill Xiu, but
they get a kill and they get a tower and they lose Otacon.
I think I would take the Otacon.
I think I would take the Otacon.
But it's a lot of tempo for DRX right now.
If they get this tower, then I think it's actually worth for DRX.
You're gonna hit a lot of item spikes. Like maybe you get your Leandries for UCal, and you try to fight for some of these Drakes that are coming up.
Just chunked. And just the threat of the team fight power, enough to force them away. Okay, he's fine. If you look where the gold is, UCal doesn't have his second item yet. Showmaker already does. Lucid is down 1,000, but come inside the shroud.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm fine to do this.
Pretty much everybody. And now they're engaging on the Sejuani in a really bad spot. A huge amount of damage into Sponge, who is just CC'd, not able to put the shield up. Barrel, weird spot for him. Rich is going to jump in. The rest of the team was backing away. The rest of the team was running away. You had already lost the guy.
Maybe Rich hasn't encountered much Fiddlestick support in solo queue, because I'm not sure why he went for that play.
Baron?
But the expectation was always you're just going to get feared. And now, yeah, it's 5v3, no jungler on the map. Sponge does have ult, though, so they need to make this sharp.
Yeah.
This isn't so sharp. This
Barrel's getting an angle. He does not have his ult, so it's clearing out vision, I guess.
It should be good. They have smite.
Yeah, there's nothing really they can do without the Pantheon, who's still not alive. 1 second, and that's exactly when the Baron goes. Call right now, 1-800-DRX.
That's pretty short to be a phone number. Are you surprised that the Gold King is that far ahead of everyone else?
No. It's just the way it goes.
This is just getting chunked here, though.
Yeah.
The Shiwu
finish, and now here's the engage from Ondel. Catches 4, but nobody, not a single person follows up. Xiu, meanwhile, frontlining, and he's just going to go down. Still advantage here for the side of DK. Oh, and the double Q and the double ult. They both flash over the wall just to get away. It was pretty far in the enemy jungle, so they weren't able to quite follow up right away.
Doesn't mean they'll secure Soul, though. Not much you can do about that one. Sponge does have ult. I don't think he's going to be back in time to try and suicide for the steal. This will be secured by D+. Barrel getting a lot of value out of the ult, because I think he just
stopped in the face. You're like, what the hell? It's not even supposed to do that.
I really deserve to take 110 damage at level.
Yeah, you count. That's that arm guard. Gonna come into big effect, and now Lucid in a bit of trouble. He is being chunked down, but now Barrel comes in, saves his jungler, and keeps the team alive. Does a bunch of damage. Now the follow-up, though, on in, and a big sweep from UCal. Might be enough, but Xiu finally able to show up, but I don't think it's enough for the team, as Lazyfield got in the back line and totally cleaned up the entire DK team. As Lucid, he had to abandon ship a long time ago. He's not in the fight anymore. Does Xiu get out here?
He does have Chemtech Soul active.
He's just gonna dash into the turret. So dies to Ondil, which is, you know, we had Barrel who had ulted before, Lucid had ulted, and yeah, they killed Pantheon, and then their damage dealers were just able to do whatever they wanted because nobody had any CC left.
Now DRX have the Baron.
It's free Baron.
No other reason.
That is the theme of today.
Yeah.
Be engaged just because.
Yeah. You could not fight, but why would you do that when you could fight?
Yeah. It's a lot more fun to fight. This is a game of violence, okay?
It's just still mind-blowing to me. This team was 5-1. And now we're 5-7.
They were 5-1.
Yeah, they were 5-1. And now, pretty big gold lead open up, about 5,000. And with Elder
so it could be worse.
I feel like Barrel's fishing for an ult, but I feel like he always is, so.
Yeah.
Just send a Barrel. I want to see him do it. I want to see him just go for it.
All eyes on Barrel.
There we go.
He's doing it. He's going to get a big one. Catches the front line, but it is Sponge. He kills Ondil, though, and that's the big takeaway. UCal at least able to sweep them away. But again, the timing of this is the most important bit because we have Elder up and available. Yeah, some low health bars as well, so I think you should feel confident to look for this. Sponge has got flash and ult. He can make it into this if he wants. UCal's going to recall on TP. TP comes out from Shiru. He's just picked up a Shadow Flame. Yeah. It's all in for the Elder flip. Well, that's challengers, baby. We do need a jungler for DRX if it's going to be a true flip. Instead, they're just turning on a Rich, and he basically gets 3 into the wall. Showmaker not going to go down, though, and LazyFeel is so deep he just dies. Although they do trade it here for Showmaker. Lucid getting low himself, but the follow-up assist not there. Sponge by himself has to flash away, and aiming might just look to solo the Elder down. A little bit of help from Lucid. And they should be able to get it, even though they're a bit injured while they're doing it. Shiu also going to just take him down. G8 available, and still give the kill over to Shiu. The better strat of just not getting hit by the Fiddle ult, and then you don't need the QSS.
So smart.
So maybe wasted gold on the QSS.
The thing is,
not exactly.
They don't have Baron, so...
I mean, the wave clear is it's okay. Oh, very nice angle here for Lucid. That's going to be an easy cleanup on a UCal. And now your wave clear of the Azir is gone. So now, looking for the end here is DK with 40 seconds of Elder buff. Not going to get the knock up here on a Rich. No ult available for Showmaker either, but the burn is coming in. And
silence.
Yeah, that is a big silence coming in. And now, Barrel over the top with the ult. Don't quite have a lot of damage in a Rich, actually, as they all live, and the wave is not here.
That looks like DRX are a little bit too timid to contest.
It's just the Baron, and they only lost their mid inhibitor. It feels like DK should have been able to do more, but not quite.
This is pretty great from Lucid. Catches him off guard. Doesn't get a chance to react. Goes down.
It's coming up in two minutes.
Yeah, okay. Just keep getting objectives. Just keep going.
Flash down. Lucid taking damage too. Poke War going the way heavily of DRX already. And now it's DRX that have position. Ondil looks for the engage. Again, no follow-up, though. And now we have it going to the Gwen! Of all people, LazyFeel going in. They try to take out aiming, and they will get him down to his GA, but that's not enough to win the fight here, as the Elder buff will just execute everybody. And they only got aiming's GA, and that's it. DK will push and probably just end the game.
It feels so anticlimactic, but how did the Gwen get the Elder? I'm going to need to see that again. No doubt we'll be seeing it in the post-match breakdown. But, you know, UCal, Sponge, and Rich, none of them use flashes. To be fair, a lot of summoners still available. It kind of felt like once the Elder was gone, the wind went out of the sails of DRX, and they really did just sort of flop. D+. Over the course of this game, they were generally ahead, but there were some throws here and there. They will close out the game and go to a 1-0, but it's still not the convincing wins we'd hope from D+. But a game win they sorely needed.
Prox was picked into Lucian and Tristana, and we were like, well...
To be fair, they do have a Xin Zhao, so they do have another, at least, damage threat.
A wee bit. Meanwhile, this time, though, UCal's going to get over here first. Lucid does have to flash.
That being said, if it's about joining the fight first...
Yeah. Rich ult Siu, who now is going to flash away and is incredibly low. Showmaker just looking for that angle, though, trying to bait them into this one was DK, and it will be very successful. UCal not able to help them out at all. And then it went into Ocean and Mountain, right? And then we had Hextech. Maybe we didn't have Hextech in the last game, actually.
Remember how we had that Chemtech bug?
Chemtech? I was just kidding. And TP comes out, and now they engage after the fact. Ondil, though, is going to get away. Nice kick here on a Sponge. And DK will get the first kill. It is a Cloud Soul, in fact. Ooh, that's going to miss. Lucid going in, taking a bunch of damage, but LazyFeel is low as well. 1Q takes him out, follows him on the flash. As UCal desperate to do the damage, but aiming is essentially a tank compared to all these low health members, trying to land a stun, but he just flashes away.
Will Lucid do it?
No. No, yes, he will. He actually will. He still had flash. And that's why. And now he's got another Q. Gets the execute. And Rich, the only one to get
to clean up.
trying to engage here. They don't have flash on aiming. He's just going to try to dodge it, but he just gets chunked. 100-0. Down he goes. Showmaker in a bunch of trouble as well. It's 2 kills now to DRX. And a nice turn.
He's not a Noah.
He hasn't heard it enough.
Yeah.
We need to tell him more.
Need to tell him again.
Drift? What's drift, Egon?
No, you can't do this anymore.
Laser kill too low.
Stop. This flash
Okay,
even.
they're just sticking around. They're just going to culling it down, and it goes to Xintao. They actually get it, and the big ult in the front line is going to take out the Rel already. The follow-up damage, though, is big from DK. But they really need to get a lot out of this fight for it to be worth it for them. Doesn't look like it will be. DRX only lose Sponge.
And Lucid now looking for Sponge.
Yeah, Sponge, awkward spot, going to get kicked, but UCal is here, immediately stunned. They try to turn onto Sponge now. The Magnet Storm is big, and Sponge isn't able to do anything as they're all within the circle, and he gets taken out. And now, are they going to take down Lucid? The answer is absolutely not. Aiming says, well, you can culling. We'll just take your brother down as they take out UCal. She wasn't even here.
He just doesn't miss these sonic waves.
Shiu gives him the big thumbs up, and he's just going to knock him away. But, okay, no stun just yet. Shiu still faster.
Just keep running, Shiu.
Running towards the turret.
You're dead.
Flash on in. I don't think Rich had to flash because Laser Field was coming down.
It's not about having to flash. It's about sending a message. That's the thing you gotta understand.
Yeah, I guess.
So, a little bit of a dub, but not so much feisty. Oh, TP comes in. Rich has ult.
Yeah, Showmaker.
Rich is the carry?
Oh, he's setting up another one. I think Showmaker's just
Wow,
gonna
that's a lot of damage.
die. Yeah, with the shield, UCal just lives.
Guys, is Rich like Sunfire, right? It's not. It just procs such a much longer range. Like that, like it was proc on barrel.
Oh, big damage on a Sponge. Shiu a little bit behind the play, though, and a really nice Braum knockup to prevent the damage from coming in after barrel engages. And so now DRX in a good spot here in this fight as well. Rich he is untouchable. Lucid has to go in onto the Scion just to get away, but he's running straight at UCal. And another slow is going to come down. DK sticking around for this one. TP coming down. And yeah, they're just going to vanish it. Very interesting.
Wait,
He's the carry, okay? He's here.
He just TP'd like 5 meters, you know?
That's Aura right there, okay?
This is his jungle, right? He's got a lumberjack skin.
Yeah.
Look at that big axe.
Yeah, he's got a really big axe.
Look at him chop.
Oh,
got the cannon.
Cannon, that was close.
Yeah. Not beating Sponge for damage taken, though. He's leading the jungle.
Just send it for the Instagram, I think.
Send it. It's oh, short wall.
They're caught behind the wall. Lucid gonna get it, though, and he gets out as well. And yeah, he gets over to the Krugs. He's totally fine. I think Showmaker's not.
He's the sacrifice.
That's fine.
They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
All right, Showmaker. Yeah. Well, they get the consolation prize, and they give the kill over to UCal.
The tip is Lucid does want to go in, but it's very dangerous.
I feel like they should have started this much earlier and set up a wall. Like, they might just get it anyway. As yeah, it's Cloud Soul, Lucid a bit late to the party. And now we got the setup here. Looks like Andal going to hold up the door, but nobody else is really able to get in. Very nice kick to set this one up as the Scion. We will really test if we can kill the Scion. I think eventually with 5 people on him, they will. So DK win the fight, but they lose the soul.
Oh! Your ending despair nearly killed him there.
Yeah.
Well, in terms... Okay, if you look at KDA, yes, Sponge's KDA is pretty rough. If you look in terms of objective secured, he's going good. I do think D+, they can't end. I say tentatively.
A tentative non-end state.
I don't think they can end.
She was really strong.
Handles up, no, they can't end. With on Braum's shield, you know? So, little bit misleading.
Okay, we're just going in. Sponge kicked over the wall. Walking Smite is not living very long, and he's just dead.
Yep.
You know, Lee Sin really good at getting inside the Crescent Guard.
Yeah, I also
Funnily
think that if you look at the KDA and the items and the gold and stuff, I'm not surprised Lucid won that fight. At all. He was the walking smite. He is not walking anymore. Rich is in.
UCal sending it.
Showmaker's on a flank.
Okay. Maybe gonna kill Barrel here, and they do. Meanwhile, Showmaker is very far behind, just zoning everybody away.
Yeah, he's can't kill Rich.
Offering himself as sacrifice once again. He's pretty fast. No, he's not fast anymore.
Just let him go.
It is Baron here for DK.
Whoa.
Rich?
I think they actually can just kill you, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know about this one, Rich. Yeah, he's just dead. And a nice shock blast from Shu to finish. Lazy Feel was in his sight for a moment.
What did DRX have? The walking smite. They just need to survive for a minute 40.
Trade actually goes through.
Yes, I don't think...
No, I don't think you're winning.
It's one of those out of the deal moves, you know?
Yeah.
One of the greatest... And Lucid's on the flank. Guys, protect the walking smite. Here's the objective.
He's about to aggro onto the objective. He might be able to get in there.
Yeah, DRX feel very disjointed. They're TPing it. Oh, it's a flip. It's happening.
UCal's got a great angle here for a wall. Well, he's going to put up a wall, but Lucid's in. And it's just going to leash. And aggro in. Sponge. Keep him alive. And he'll do the job.
No, the walking smite!
No! Oh, but he's able to survive in the Crescent Guard. They can't take him down and they get the Rel. And now Shu taking a massive amount of damage as well. Lucid desperate to do something. But DRX are just winning the fight. Shu comes back from the dead. But it doesn't matter. He's dead again. And now they can just push bot and end the game.
They don't even need the walking smite. He just fought. The smite wasn't needed. They managed to succeed on the mission. They managed to get it done. DRX gonna be able to close this one out, and D+ focused on the L to end up losing the fight. The 167 Xin Zhao who could. A man with a mission.
Quest complete. They did it. 10 seconds on Barrel is not enough. And it's just done. They're down golds. Doesn't matter. And we're on the DK side of Wall Park right now. It's very quiet as they are stunned by this loss here in Game 2. They should take down Barrel because, well, might as well boost your stats, and that they will. The Nexus goes down, and we will have a Game 3.
But I think it makes more sense to have it this way around.
Yeah. I mean, like I saw Faker playing Camille mid on stream.
Just smash those hot dogs.
He just ate them. Looks like it does go the way of Sponge, and now, oh, the belly boop. Get out of here. And now Showmaker's going in, and he is quite tanky, but the follow-up finally does come down. First blood does go to the Gragas, but immediately Lucid going to pick up a kill.
And they'll just have flash.
Yeah. Just waiting to hold it. And there it is. Oh! Okay, he's fine. And Galio does a bit of AP on the side. You know, it kind of plays itself.
Oh, speaking of which,
yeah, here we go. There it is, the Camille and the Galio. Rich not really able to do anything. He is going to flash, though, and the damage is still there. The follow flash comes...
flip the beard.
While we're engaging here on aiming, the flash is avoided, and aiming gets out of the charm, but it's not really going to matter. The damage is still there. TP does come in. Aiming still incredibly low, and they're chasing Sponge down on the bottom side. The turnaround is there for DK. A Showmaker just keeping up with you, Cal.
Dead.
Waiting for his cooldowns. And eventually, with the taunt coming in, and a couple more hits.
Oh,
and
cooldown anything.
An Infuriate ability.
I think
and yeah, that should be enough. There you go. They finally... Yeah, so like the dog eats the scraps from like the table, right?
He's actually a hot dog.
Yeah, so Barrel might just be dead, which I suppose he will enjoy. Yeah, the Q comes down and you
TP into this fight.
Actually cooked. Now they engage on a Lucid who doesn't have cooldowns, but he's got a Galio, and he goes untargetable, but the damage comes through, and he's the main target, or rather the main carry, and now he's out of the fight. It's Lazy Feel. Just Barrel trying to get a kill on a Hondel. It's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Lazy Feel and UCal trying to land this here on a Galio. There it is with the charm, and that's another kill over to UCal. DRX in a good spot.
Think about this, right? Rich just completely cooked Shu in the top lane, so she was not going to be able to TP, right? Yeah? You follow?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know She can't TP. Why are you still trying to fight this? Oh, now he's TPing. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Rich is probably... Is he dead? He's got flash.
It was Ocean! Neither of us were right. Rich is, yeah, he's dead. So, but,
Well, the
UCal's up here getting the turret.
The chance was being right was potential dive here on a Rich.
UCal is just consistently hanging out in top lane. Equalizer clears the wave.
They do have Herald, so...
Yeah. Should be just turret for turret. Looks like. UCal did it alone. DK at D.
So games would go really long and no one could end.
So this time, I don't think the belly boop is going to help very much. Ondel doesn't even bother to flash. Lucid has other ideas as he goes untargetable, has to flash over the wall. Meanwhile, Ondel getting very low. Flash in from aiming just to try to kill Agragas, but now they've got the combo. They find Lazyfield, but the knockup doesn't get him, but he's still trapped. And no, he's going to live actually for a little bit. And then he goes down as Rich is in a bit of trouble, and the chains are going to hit Sponge, actually, who gives up his life for his top laner. And DK are able to convert this into a very nice fight. Combo in onto UCal, and Barrel will just take the kill and even survive here up against Rich. So DK, another kill. Well, there's the turret. Goes down.
And I think that makes it really difficult for teams, because it's like...
We're just ulting in on a Rich. This is going very deep for the Rumble.
Well, they got the tower.
Yeah. Zoning ult from Lucid.
Lucid's pretty low now, though. And now DRX in a difficult position. Do we want to flip Baron or do we want to flip Atakan? Looks like it's Atakan.
Flip Atakan, yeah. You know, we chunked out the jungler. We can do Atakan.
I mean,
Is what
Lucid
they
is
say.
pretty far.
And they're doing a lot of damage. And Chain's gonna hit onto UCal. He's in a lot of trouble. And they just look for that mid laner. And now it's a flip. Guess what? We're flipping objectives again. And it goes the way of DK this time. As the 50-50 goes to Lucid. And now they still have the combo. The ult saves him for just a second. And now Rich is like, well, I lost my team. I guess I'll just walk towards DK and hope to join them. Sponge.
He's trying to join the jungle camps, I guess.
He's like, those wolves are pretty strong. I should try to join them.
Look, as we talked about earlier, we gave it a little bit of a lesson on statistics. I don't know if you remember last game. We go back and forth like this. Spike comes in, it's secured. You get that nice boost of XP and stats. But the fight was already pretty doomed. The fact that we saw UCal got caught out in this situation...
Not going to stop him from getting into the pit. Look, they had no vision control.
Brendan, there's a lot of things we don't have to do. But they wanted, they would like to do those things, okay?
Yeah.
They wanted to flip Atakan.
Clearly, yeah. As we saw.
It's exciting, right?
It was.
Doesn't it get your blood pumping when you're like, hey, we could just throw the game right now if this goes wrong?
They are not very risk averse.
You know why they do that? Because they could have gotten the win. They could have flipped the right way.
Even if they got Atakan, there's no guarantee they win. Lazyfield.
Doesn't that make it exciting?
It was very exciting. There wasn't a lot of action before that. But now there's a lot of action in favor of DK. So that's what they went for. UCal gonna get ulted here. Sponge barely surviving, but UCal not for very long. And he goes down too to aiming, to sniping him. And now you're not getting away from this composition. Lucid looking to take out Lazyfield. Actually gonna lose the fight.
Showmaker, he's got this, land the Q.
Oh,
that's
he's
cheating,
flashing.
that's cheating.
Yeah. Actually cheating.
You have to throw the Q.
Yep.
I'm not gonna allow that one.
Either way, I think the game is just over. Just like that. One Otacon flip into Baron, into game. DK win. That's the story of this one, guys. And Ondil find a little bit of time. But yeah, he's dead.
I have to pick a POM.
Good luck with that. So yeah, DK, the favored team, they win tonight. That's what we can take away from this one. The 2-1 victory. You see, there's not a lot of big smiles on their face.